there, it's Draw here, and basically I forgot to film an intro, so that's what this is. If you guys couldn't already tell, I'm going to be drawing Pokemon as humans today. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Be sure to smash that like button, and definitely consider hitting subscribe and ringing the bell to receive notifications so you guys know when I post a video. Alright, let's get to it. Now, I'm just going to put it out there. In the end, I'm going to announce my favorite Pokemon, so be sure to stay tuned until then. Okay, so first up we have the lovable Charmander. It's a fire type, so I definitely tried to incorporate some fire themes in the character. I decided to make it a girl, and I gave her these pigtails that I tried to make similar to Charmander's fire tail. And I also gave her a jacket that, if you'll notice, I put this little circle on the front of it to try to make it look like Charmander's tummy. I didn't exactly copy these Pokemon, I just used them as kind of inspiration and tried to see how I could make a character out of that. I also gave her this really pretty ruffly pleated skirt, and yeah. I mean, I don't know how logical that would be, wearing a jacket and a skirt together. It's like, is it hot or is it cold? But I don't know. Even though the outfit may not look that practical, I think it's really cute. Okay, now on to the coloring. So the hair, I made her blonde, but on like the tips of her bangs and the ponytails, I gave it like this fire look to make it look like the flame. So how I did this was I started off with yellow, and then I blended it to orange, and then I blended it to red, and I just kept blending and blending until it looked like fire. I mean, I'm not sure if this is actually the like ombre pattern Fire Follows, but it was the fire pattern on Charmander's tail, so I decided to just go with it. I tried to also balance out the colors because Charmander is mostly orange and yellow and red, so I tried to use those colors, but I didn't solely use those colors, like just those colors, because obviously I wanted to give the outfit a little bit of variation, so I might have used some other colors like pink and stuff with some of the other characters as well. Okay, so now I'm moving on to the jacket. And I think the jacket's my favorite part of this character. I just think it looks so much like Charmander, it's just perfect. I'm so happy with it. Only thing is, the shading didn't turn out too good. Like, even though I shaded on top of it and the shading looks good here, if you look at it later on in the video, it looks like I didn't shade it at all, which kind of stinks, but it's okay. Now for her skirt, I made it this bright red. I think I'm using a little bit of a different red than I used for her hair. I want it to be nice and pop out, so I made a nice and bright color. I didn't want it to keep it all the same color, like orange and orange, so I wanted to make it red, and I also made it like a little bit different of saturation, just so that, like I said, there's variation. Also, I gave her these really pretty bluish-greenish eyes that Charmander actually has, and luckily I had a color that suited it perfectly. Now for her skin tone, I made her a little bit of a lighter skin tone, just because I thought with the warmer colors like orange and red and yellow, I thought a lighter skin tone would be the best way to go. That way, all the colors weren't competing with one another. And yeah, now moving on to the rosy cheeks. And so cute. I love rosy cheeks. Alright, and I think that leaves the shoes. Yeah, so for the shoes, I made them yellow. Like I said, I just try to evenly balance out the colors. Yellow on top, in the middle, and on the bottom, and perfect. Okay, so there is my finished Charmander. Next up, can you guess what this one is? It is Squirtle! That's right, the water-type Pokemon, Squirtle. For this one, I made him a boy, just because I wanted to do a mixture of boys and girls, just to help me practice on drawing boys, even though I'm not too great at doing them. So for this drawing, I was a little bit not sure how to incorporate Squirtle's shell, so I made it a beanie. You'll see when I color it, I make the top part of the beanie brown, and then the rim of it white to look like his shell that he actually has on his back. And then for his front part of the shell, I gave him a sweatshirt, and you'll notice that Squirtle has this kind of pattern on the front part of the shell. It looks like these 4 squares or hexagons or whatever they are, and I put that on the sweatshirt as well. It was a little bit tricky. This was probably the toughest one to figure out the design for. just because I was making it a boy one, and I was lost. I was not sure how to make it a fashion look. I also, you'll see, do you see how his tail is like this swirly blue thing? I tried to take that and I used it for his hair as well. You'll notice like the little bits that are sticking out on the top of his beanie, those are supposed to mimic Squirtle's tail. And I actually made his hair blue too to match his skin color. And I think it looks super cute. Even though blue isn't like a traditional hair color, I think it pops because the rest of his outfit isn't too colorful. It's like brown and yellow and blue. So the nice pop of blue looks cool. Aha, and here I'm doing it. Now, even though Squirrel's eyes are like this purpley pink color, I also saw some images where Squirrel's eyes were brown, and I made the decision to make this boy's eyes brown just because, I don't know, I didn't like the way the purple looked, and I didn't think, I mean, okay, it looks good on Squirtle, but I don't think it would have looked good on the boy, so I just kept his eyes brown. I mean, the hair is already blue, making the eyes purple, I feel like that would be going a little too far. And I'm really happy with the way the shading turned out on the jacket, actually. It's funny, I wasn't too happy with the shading on the previous one, but this one, it turned out nice. I don't know, I just really like it. Like, it just really pops, and I don't know, the shadows, and it just has a lot of depth, and I like it. Now for the jeans, I wanted them to be blue, just because Squirtle is mostly blue, but I didn't want to be the same blue as the hair. I wanted to be similar, but not exactly the same. So what I did was I went first with this dark blue, and then I colored over it with the same hair color. That way it made it slightly lighter, and the end result turned out really nice. It's like this dark but light blue at the same time. It just looks really cool, and I like it. That's one of the cool things you can do with alcohol markers. You can layer them and get a completely new color with two different ones. And for his skin tone, I decided to make him tan. And because, you know, Squirrel's a water type, and I associate water with like the beach and pools, and I feel like when you're out in the sun, it just gives you a nice tan. So I made him a little bit darker. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Then I'm going to color his shoes with the same brown as I did with the hat, like I said, to balance out the colors. And then I'm going to finish with him. Alright, time for my favorite Pokemon. Can you guys guess who it's going to be? Drum roll, please. It is Bulbasaur! That is right. And it is so convenient that it is Bulbasaur too because I drew the 3 starters. But I've always loved Bulbasaur. I'm not sure what it is. It just has a special place in my heart. I think I started to like Pokemon when I was in 6th grade. And I've always just been so attached to Bulbasaur. I just love its design. And I think it's so cute. It is a grass type, so I made this girl's skirt, like a grass skirt kind of, and you see how Bulbasaur has these spots on his head and his feet and arms? I put those same spots on her shirt. And also, Bulbasaur has this little thing on his back, almost like a turtle shell, but not really a turtle shell, it's like this little bulb. So I took that and I put it in her hair, like it's this kind of bun she did. I think it's super creative. I also gave her these ballerina kind of shoes because Bulbasaur has these vines that he like whips out of that shell thing that he has. And so I just used them as her shoes. Now you'll see that I made her eyes pink, just kind of like Bulbasaur's red eyes. But I'm not too crazy about the way it looks. I just feel like it looks a little, I don't know, I'm not crazy about the way those pink eyes look. So later I'm going to go in and I'm going to put some purple on top of it and just tone it down a little bit. And I think it definitely improved it. It didn't make it look so out there, I guess. Now for her top, I'm using the same blue that I did for the boy's hair. And then I'm just going with a slightly darker blue to shade and color in the squares. And yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but this shirt kind of gives me dinosaur vibes. And I started thinking, is Venusaur supposed to be like a dinosaur? Because his name even sounds, I mean not Venusaur, sorry, Bulbasaur. Because his name kind of sounds like dinosaur. Like in all of Bulbasaur's evolutions, it's Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and then Venusaur. They all have Soar, and I don't know, I guess he's supposed to be a dinosaur? I don't know. Okay, so I made her skin tone even paler than the girl before because I didn't want to make it dark because I felt like if it was dark, it would just look too saturated with the green and the blue, and I didn't want that. So I went for an even paler tone just to balance out the colors. And yeah. Oh yeah, you'll see that I already put the purple in her eyes, and I just think it's much big improvement. Like, it just looks better than having straight pink. Okay, and now onto the skirt. So I colored the skirt a little bit of a yellowy green, not exactly the same green as your hair because I didn't want it to look too matchy-matchy. And then I put some pink accents on the ruffly bits on the bottom. And that is pretty much it. I'm so happy with the way all these turned out. Which one is your guys' favorite? I think my favorite has to be Bulbasaur as a human, just because it holds a special place in my heart. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell down below to receive notifications always. Bye guys!